Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friend, how are you doing? Here we are from group 9. We will present about intonation in phonology. Okay, the next is the members of group 9. The members consist of me, Tiffany Fadela Heriati, and then Muhammad Nafal Rabani Zuri, and Fuza Suril Khairatul Aini. Table of contents. First is definition, and then the second there are the type of intonation that are falling intonation, the third rising intonation, rising falling intonation, falling rising intonation, and then the last is take off intonation. Okay, the next is definition of intonation. Language conveys very specific information such as how to get somewhere or what someone is doing. It can be also used beyond the exact meaning of the word to indicate how the speaker feels about what he is saying or how he personally feels at that moment. Generally speaking, if English is not first language, this is where the speaker start running into difficulty. Even the speaker pronounce each word clearly. If the intonation patterns are not standard, the meaning will probably not be clear. Also, in terms of comprehension, the speaker will lose a great deal of information if audiences are listening for the actual word used. Jadi, intonasi ini merupakan tinggi rendahnya suatu nada pada kalimat yang memberikan penekanan dalam kata-kata tertentu di suatu kalimat. Dalam intonasi ini biasanya digunakan untuk menyampaikan suatu perasaan yang sedang dialami. Seperti contohnya perasaan yang menyampaikan perasaan ketika sedih ataupun bahagia memiliki intonasi yang berbeda. Next is type of intonation. In general, English use 6 different form of intonation patterns. First is falling intonation. Falling intonation is characterized by a clear fall of the pitch after the stressed syllable of the last content word towards the end of the sentence. Falling intonation is used in many situations. First is statement. Statements are those sentences that provide information for the listener. They may be either positive or negative. They may sometimes be imperative. All of these forms of statement require falling intonation. For statement, you should stress the noun and let the tone fall at the end of the sentence. Take the following example. Dogs eat bones. Open the door, please. Jadi, falling intonation itu ditandai dengan nada harus turun setelah suku kata yang ditekankan dari kata isi terakhir. Jadi di awal itu katanya itu ditekankan, kemudian di akhir kalimat itu nadanya diturunkan. Nah, falling intonation ini digunakan di banyak situasi seperti statement. Statement ini jika ingin mengatakan sebuah kalimat yang menyatakan sebuah statement, kalian harus menekankan kata benda dan membiarkan nada jatuh di akhir kalimat. Kayak contohnya di PPT ini ada open the door please. Jadi door-nya itu kan noun, jadi ditekankan atau di stressing, dan pada akhir kalimat itu ada kata please yang harus dijatuhkan. Please gitu. The second is WH question. WH question are those questions that ask for information by having the question word. For the example, where, when, how, what, which, why, who, and etc. placed at the at the front of the sentence. You have certainly noticed that the pitch falls for the question that begin with W. H word is where, when, and etc. And then the third is take question. Take question are very small question, usually is the form of auxiliary verb followed by subject that come at the end of the statement and often for politeness purpose. They can receive either falling or rising intonation depending on the prediction the speaker can make. When the speaker believes that the listener will confirm what he says, he will use falling intonation. When on the other hand, the speaker is not sure whether the listener will confirm his position, he may prefer to use rising intonation. Rising intonation is often more polite. Jadi WH ini pertanyaan yang meminta sebuah informasi dengan menempatkan kata tanya seperti kapan, di mana, apa, dan yang lain-lain. Biasanya kata ini tuh diletakkan di awal kalimat. Nah, setelah kata ini biasanya nada itu jatuh atau rendah, lebih rendah dari kata WH ini. Seperti contohnya, hey, where are you going? Which temple should I visit? Jadi, which-nya ini lebih tinggi dari dari kalimat temple should I visit. Terus selanjutnya yang ketiga yaitu ada take question. Take question ini merupakan pertanyaan yang sangat kecil dan biasanya dalam bentuk kata kerja bantu dan diikuti oleh subjek. Dan ini biasanya muncul di akhir pertanyaan dan sering kali bertujuan untuk sebuah kesopanan. Tapi tergantung pembicara ingin menaikkan atau menurunkan nada pada take question tersebut. Seperti contohnya, Jack will come over the lunch, won't he? Nah, itu merupakan contoh yang menaikkan nada atau distressing. Terus contoh yang berikutnya, Jack will come over the lunch, won't he? Nah, itu merupakan contoh nada yang lebih rendah dari yang tadi.
Okay, the next is rising intonation. Rising intonation is characterized by a clear rise of the pitch after the stressed syllable of the last content word of the sentence or word. In other words, the pitch will have to rise after the stressed syllable of the last content word. Rising intonation is used in three parts. The first is yes-no question. In English, yes-no questions are often differentiated from question word question. In terms of intonation, yes-no question require rising intonation. Take the following example. Are you coming? Is there a local bus terminal nearby? Okay, the second is repeated question. Notice that on a regular question goes up but drop back down in the end. Example, do dogs eat bones? A repeated rhetorical or emotional question goes up and the up again at the end. Example, do dogs eat bones? And the third is take question. Rising intonation is also used in take question in which the speaker is not sure if the listener will confirm what he say. Take the following example. The first is Jack will come over to lunch. Won't he? And the second is, you come from London, don't you? Okay, next is rising falling intonation. Rising falling intonation is characterized by a combination of a rise followed by a fall. Rising falling intonation is characterized by a combination of a rise followed by a fall. In this case, the pitch will go up on one part of the sentence and then fall down on other part. Rising falling intonation is often used in the first is two-part statement. In two-part sentence, the first half of the sentence usually sets up the second half. That is, the first half requires rising intonation, and the second half will take on falling intonation. The cradle of intonation in both parts is the last content word of each part. Take the following example. Dogs eat bone, but cats eat fish. Okay, and the second is intro praise. Intro praise to require rising falling intonation patterns. When you want to preface your statement, use a rising tone. In the following example, the first part requires rising intonation because it is an intro praise. The second part will then be articulate with falling intonation. Example, as we all know, dog eat bones. And the third is listing. Rising falling intonation is also used in listing with more than one item in a list, all but the last one have a rising tone. The last item in the list will, however, require falling intonation. Example, dog eat bones, keeps, and meat.
Falling rising intonation is characterized by a combination of a fall followed by a rise. Jadi untuk material selanjutnya adalah falling rising intonation, yaitu adalah kebalikan dari rising falling intonation. Falling rising intonation is often used for soothing and politeness. Jadi intonasi ini biasa digunakan untuk menunjukkan rasa lembut saat berbicara ataupun rasa sopan, untuk menunjukkan rasa sopan kepada lawan bicara kita. Contohnya, when a children feel uneasy, for example, parents use falling rising intonation to soothe them. Jadi pada contohnya itu ketika terdapat anak kecil saat mereka merasa gelisah, orang tua akan menggunakan intonasi falling rising intonation untuk memberikan rasa nyaman kepada anak mereka. Contoh-contoh dari falling rising intonation, the first is soothing atau menunjukkan rasa nyaman atau rasa sejuk saat berbicara. Soothing refers to statements that make pain or discomfort less severe. Take the following examples. Contohnya adalah don't cry, I'll take you to the park. Jadi saat kata don't itu rendah, kemudian mulai naik ketika the word cry. Sama seperti yang I'll take you to the park. I'll take you itu awalnya nadanya rendah, kemudian meningkat saat kata to the park. For the next is politeness. Politeness for purposes of politeness. 2. Falling rising intonation is a good tool. Take the following example. Jadi politeness ini untuk menunjukkan rasa sopan atau respect. Biasanya digunakan untuk kepada lawan bicara yang lebih tua. Contohnya adalah thank you. Pada thank, if the level of pitch falls on thank, Jika pitch yang pertama pada thank itu rendah, kemudian and then rises over you, the expression will be more polite than when it is pronounced with falling intonation. Jadi ketika pada kata you, the word you itu nadanya meningkat, maka expression yang emosi yang dirasakan itu akan terkesan lebih sopan ketika diucapkan ketimbang menggunakan nada yang menurun. For the third example is pleading. Falling rising intonation pattern is sometimes used for pleading. Pleading refers to statements in which the speaker makes an earnest or urgent entreaty, often in emotional terms. Jadi contoh yang ketiga adalah untuk ketika ingin memohon sesuatu. Contohnya adalah I plead with you to stay. You will have certainly noticed that falling rising intonation is a good tool for the expression of emotions. Jadi contohnya adalah aku mohon kepadamu untuk tetap di sini, untuk tidak pergi. Jadi falling rising ini adalah alat yang bagus ketika untuk memunculkan emosi kalian seperti memohon dan lain-lain. For the last kind of intonation is take-off intonation. Is characterized by a take-off pattern after the most important contrastive stress of the sentence. In the words, the speaker begins with a regular or level tone and then gradually raises the pitch, similar to the way airplanes run along the runway before takeoff. Jadi take-off intonation ini adalah seperti ketika pesawat ingin lepas landas. Jadi pada awalnya itu suaranya itu sangat pelan dan kemudian pada akhirnya itu naik seperti pesawat yang akan terbang. The point at which the pitch comes to a full rising pattern depends on the speaker's choice. This is normally the point the speaker finds most important. Take-off intonation is often used in statements with negatively charged emotion. For example, take-off intonation can freely be used for grumbling. Jadi intinya intonasi ini adalah akan kemunculan tanda nada yang tinggi itu ketika yang berbicara itu terserah yang berbicara. Jadi ketika sang pembicara ingin meninggikan suaranya, hanya dia yang tahu kapan ingin meninggikan suaranya. Dan biasanya intonasi ini digunakan untuk menunjukkan emosi yang negatif. Contohnya adalah you shouldn't have given him all that money, you silly boy. Jadi pada kata you shouldn't have given itu seperti menggerutu. Kemudian pada kata yang akhirnya all that money you silly boy itu nadanya meninggi. Grumbling is a kind of emotional expression, one that is normally negative. Other forms of negative emotional expressions too require take-off intonation. Cursing, blasphemy, and etc. often take on this intonation pattern.